Alrighty, guys and gals, welcome back to the Iron Man Challenge. It's World of Warcraft Classic Era. Not the hardcore server because of disconnects. No, sir. This episode, we are going to see if we can get the elusive page 4 of the Shredder manual. We will have all 3 chapters. We can turn it in for some easy XP. And it's the quests are, the mobs we're going to grind are nice and green. That's right. We're going to be picking on some more furl bogs. That's right. We worked on a quest last episode, but I came to realize we're not going to be able to finish that quest because you need a deadly blunderbuss to trade for the Warsong Blades, and we're not going to be able to get that, I do not believe. I don't know. We'll see. I might look up. These are back-to-back episodes, so I haven't done it yet, but I might look up where maybe there's a quest that, like, rewards that thing, or maybe there's a mob that could specifically reward it. I don't know. Anyway, I hope you guys and gals are doing all right. Get some buffs going. We also paid a visit to Booty Bay last episode. Nothing exciting. I bought some drinks so we can quickly get some of our drinks made up. We're now making 3. Oh, are we making 4? Might be making 4. We'll take it. Yeah, we're making 4. That's better. Let's get several made up here. We're gonna need them. This is not really where I wanted to go, but we can get to the place we want to go. Gray mobs. Not for us. We're only interested in the best. It just occurred to me that a lot of these furl bogs may be gray. Not this one. All right, let's get into it. Mana shield up. Just be another chill episode. Ritual of the Stein. That's probably an intellect offhand. It is in spirit. That would be great for us if we could use it. I didn't get any dinner. Could it be? It is! Oh, how lucky is that?
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate that, Mr. Human Voice in my head. So lucky. So lucky. Alrighty, let's go turn this in. Some easy XP, as mentioned. And then I had a crazy idea. There's two things that we could do. I have a quest to turn in at the far eastern edge of Thousand Needles, where it turns into the Shimmering Flats. And there are quests we can do in the Shimmering Flats, some intro quests. Or we could go Northern Stranglethorn Vale and do those intro quests as well. Thousand Needles would be easier for us to get to, because Northern Stranglethorn I have to run up through. No, wait. It's not necessarily true. I can take the Zeppelin to Gromgal, which you take from Undercity. And then it's just kind of a shortish run, right? From Gromgal to here. It's still kind of a dangerous one, though. Perhaps. Boy, I did not expect to get that page this episode. I really didn't. I don't know that I've ever... No, I think I have completed this quest before. I know I've bought the pages for the Green Hills of Stranglethorn, which is basically the same thing.
Nukta. Strength.
All right, these sell for more.
Fight well, friend.
3650 XP, I'd say that's worth it. It's not too bad. Still have old Sharptalon. We're going to keep that one. No, this is a quest we can fudge. Well, I'll say cheese, not fudge. Same thing, I guess. You can bait Sharptalon here. I've done it. But the thing is, I've got to get at least half the damage on it. Shadumbra had 1100 health. And it was a level 28. What do you guys think? It's risky as shit. That's what it is. There she is, right there. 1300. You know what we're going to do here? Wait, is there another place to bait this thing? I think there's more than one place. How dare you? Go and get wrecked, loser. I could bait it. No, there's no guard over there. Splinter Tree Post, I think, is the only way to bait this thing. And it's level 31, you'll notice, which means we could easily get resisted. This, I gotta be careful of this. This would be worst case scenarios. We've pulled something like that. Come on. It will turn around right here. It's too far to bait it the other way. So what I'm going to do, I think we're going to actually try this. I've never seen it cross the road like that. Wow, it's well past where Questie says it goes. Maybe it goes just here to the river and back. What we're going to do is pull it over there, I think. Yeah, so she's coming back. We're going to meet you over there, Sharptalon, is what we're going to do. And if I can get half the damage on it, maybe the guards will help me. It'd be a good chunk of XP, and it'd be kind of a good way to say, to like kind of wrap this area up, honestly, because we're not going to be doing anything else in here. So let's run back, and we'll meet her here. That's what we'll do. But I've done this before and not gotten the enough damage on it, and I didn't get credit for the kill. So these level 40s, if I can pull it within range of her, they should pull aggro. Let's get rid of this stealthy mob right here. And this. There's page 6. I've got a mana gem and mana shield. Blink. It's not that far to take it, really. I think we need a little excitement after the last several episodes. We've just kind of been grinding mobs, which, you know, you're kind of forced to do that in this challenge at some point. It's a smarter play anyway. Although I'm not getting ready to do something smart, that's for sure. A little bit nervous. Could also toss sticky glue. I'm just trying to, you know, keep in mind things I can do here. I think the play is I'm just going to mana shield. I'm going to open up with fireball, see if I can get 2, maybe 3 of them. Fire Blast, and then just head to the guards. And I hope that's enough damage. And I can still do damage to it. It's not like they're going to one-shot the thing, right? Come on, Freaka. Here she comes. Here she comes again. I expected it to have a lot more health than this. It's only 200 more health than Shadumbra had. Man, I'm nervous. We can do this. I might not even need the guards here. I don't need the guards. Okay, well, I certainly built that up, didn't I? It's like we were fighting an elite mob 10 levels above us. Okay. I mean, the sticky glue was a good play because I was able to get a good solid 2 or 3 fireballs there, but it also helped that we didn't get resisted. That makes a huge difference fighting a mob like that. Okay. Yeah, sometimes you build it up in your mind, you know? Two sticky glue left. I wasn't sure if that was going to work, if it was going to hit.
What brings you here? Winds be at your back. Farewell.
2450.
Walk
Hunt completed.
with the Earth Mother.
Look at that. Not a bad little cloak. Great for Hunter. Mm-hmm. Or Rogue, whatever.
May the eternal sun shine upon thee.
Plus 3050. That's quite nice, man. All right. We are officially finished.
Greetings.
How you doing, my friend? I'm just going to sell that because it's not going to sell on this server. Alrighty.
Ancestors watch over you.
Well, it's decision time, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see. I think I want to come here. No. Here. We have like all these level like 30, 31 quests. It's a great little grindy area. It's not that bad. There are some patrolling mobs that fly around, but we should be okay for the most part. I think it's the safest bet for us right now.
Glory to the Horde.
All right, let's head. It's kind of a long ride here. I'm going to do a little cutscene here.
Dabu.
About a 6-minute ride. You guys hang tight. I'll be right back with you. 1, 2, skiddly diddly do. All right, we are back. It's been a minute or two. We're going to head to the east here. Up this way. I was waiting on the flight, just catching up on a video. Travisine talking about He had a friend, childhood friend, pass away. The guy was apparently very young, in his 30s. He was very young. Sorry to hear that. Travis is a pretty private guy. From the, I've been watching the guy just over 3 years now. He doesn't usually share too much, He keeps it he keeps it pretty much WoW related. It's a gaming channel, so. I'm pretty much the opposite. Just kind of how I am, but it's good to talk about things. Hopefully he's got a good support system, family and friends around, and makes things a lot easier to get through. He was talking about he had an uncle pass earlier this year, and they, spread his ashes. They took him to a park and to a little river, and did the same thing for my mom after she passed. My sisters organized it. This is back in 2009. We took a trip up to Massachusetts from Virginia. She was born in Massachusetts, and we took a little boat, and we dumped her ashes in the sea. I actually couldn't do it. It impacted me. I mean, she was my mother, so it was impactful, but I think, so I have 3 younger sisters and a younger brother. I'm the oldest. Everybody took a handful of ashes except for me. For some reason, I just couldn't do it. I don't know why. I regret that I did not do it. And I never really thought about it too much of like how my, especially my sisters, how my sisters would have like reacted to that or taken it. I think they understood. I'm not sure why I couldn't do it. I don't know. But I do regret not doing that. Anyway, Travis, if you happen to see this, sorry for your loss, my friend. I really am. Hugs to you. All right.
Thrall for the Horde. Dabu.
This quest right here. Nah.
Strength.
I'm gonna hide that. I don't want anything to do with the hive over here. Do we have a vendor here? We don't. I feel like all of these orcs are named. It's a reference to something. Does anybody know? Is this a reference to like StarCraft or some earlier game? I'm just gonna hover over the names here. Tarkru, Nagzan, Mokhtar Kryn, and Borzen. I feel like that's a reference to something. I obviously have no idea. All right, let's get in here. We're going to pick up the quests first that we need. It's a really cool zone. I've always thought it was really interesting. It's a big difference between, there's a dramatic difference between night and day in here in this zone, obviously. It's all flooded. Cataclysm. I can't stand this area. Cataclysm. I think most people dislike having to do anything in the water, even if you have like you get some kind of speed boost or something. I don't know. I'm sure there's some people who like it. But I remember, what's the zone? Is it Nazir or something? It's all water. You get like the intro quests and you do a few things and you do get a seahorse mount, but I could not stand that zone. I think that's a lot of people, honestly. And I'm keeping my eyes peeled for like a cloth or wand vendor or something like that. Check with for upgrades and stuff.
Good day to you.
We'll
Very
get
good.
this.
Pleased to meet you.
We'll get this.
You have a great day now.
This guy. So we'll pick up. I'll pick up all of these. We'll eventually
Interest you on a pint?
be able to do them.
Watch your back. Be good.
Engineering supplies.
Salutations.
Salutations to you. I guess I should also check for blunderbuss. I don't think we're going to find one, but, you know, you never know. Which means we'll probably end up just having to get rid of the stuff we farmed over there. There's Daisy, the race girl, out there. And a drink vendor here.
Yo! Hurry back!
And one last quest over here.
Ah, potential customer! Glad I could help!
There's Dragmaster Miglin. And here's the race announcer, Zuzubi. You think he would be up in the up on the tower, man?
The winds guide you.
Alrighty, let's get started. Gotta watch out for those. Now, there is no inn here. So at the end of the episode, we'll more than likely run into Teneris to Gadgetzan, and I'll set the Hearthstone there so we can get back and forth pretty easy. Well, easier. And I do want to be selective about what I'm fighting here, I think. I'm trying to be anyway. Like, not those. Yikes. Where's the good place to go here? These turtles are tough as hell. They have so much health. Maybe not the best place. Maybe I chose wrong here. These things can poison. You know I like that. I really want to find stuff my level. Jeez, man. I'm not feeling good in here. These mobs out in the road. It kind of sucks. Probably take a poison here. Jesus, that freaked me out. Get the gnome racer. Good grief. As long as I keep the mana shield up, we don't get resisted too many times, we'll be alright. There's two types of turtles. One of them, they're like level 30, 31, a lot easier to kill. Oh, Jesus Christ, with the fucking racers, man. God. I don't know what I thought it was, but it freaks me out. Good thing you can't get hit and take damage from those things. Well, jumpy. Let me check the first video to see how far we got in there. 20 minutes. Okay. So we could do, I don't know, 35, 40 minutes here. It's the best we're going to do, level 30. It's, what is the range here? It's 25 to 30? Yeah, I think. No, I think it's 30 to something else. I don't know, maybe there's level 25s in here. I hope so. That's what I want to see. They probably have a knockdown that they do. It's pretty annoying. One of these has a mana burn that they use, which is pretty rough. All kinds of skins in here. Great place for skins. Let's see what he does here with the mana. That got resisted. Mana burn. No, thank you. Right. A little bit yikesy right there. I panicked a little bit. I thought I was going to freeze the turtle, which would have aggroed it. We would have just run out. Doesn't show the range of this. Level 33. They have less health, which is good. So nothing in here will run away. There's no humanoids in here. And none of these beasts will run. So something to think about. Just got that off. I don't know how much mana they would burn, but I don't really want to find out. Go counterclockwise around the crater here. Not that that matters. Right there. Those are resists. So things are going to hurt us. I knew this guy in high school. Well, I wasn't friends with him, but you know how it is in high school. You know, you remember faces and names and stuff. I don't know if I ever had any interaction with the guy, but I knew who he was. He was a grade ahead of me. But a couple years back, I saw on Facebook that he shot his wife and killed himself, like murder-suicide. I always hate hearing that. I mean, you don't like to hear any kind of violence or whatever. But that's like the worst. There was some YouTuber, you guys might know who it is. He killed himself in like the worst way. He was in his car and I think he went the wrong way. Like pretty sure they, you know, on purpose, and killed, I think, at least one other person and injured a bunch of people. Man, but I remember reading, like, people were, I mean, yeah, I understand being sad, but that's a shitty way to go out, man, as a murderer, you know? Like, I don't know. It's hard to be too sympathetic there if you choose to kill innocent people. Not trying to be all morbid, but guess I'm doing it. Keep this refreshed here. It's working out pretty nicely. This is great XP we're getting in here. And it's a little bit slow because we basically are out of mana after, you know, every single rotation. I could play it a little different to conserve a little more mana, but I don't know. I'm not in any kind of hurry, you know, so. But we could do a lot more wanding, you know, just keep mana shield up. Like, we could, this is the best mob to do that on. Just do a fireball. Let's actually see how this works, see how long it takes. Let's see how we do here. Way too long. It's way, we're not doing any damage with this wand. It's pretty crappy. It's probably quicker just to do this than just drink up. I experienced quite a bit of death in my life from a very young age. My girlfriend in high school, she was good friends with this girl named Chrissy. And she died basically right in front of the high school we were at. Her boyfriend... I don't know exactly what happened, but it's my understanding that he was driving way too fast. I don't know if they were arguing or something. He went off the road, hit a telephone pole. She wasn't wearing a seatbelt. Right through the front windshield. She died about 100 yards from the high school. That was a big one. She was pretty popular. 17, I think. Went to the funeral, and I remember the guy, like her boyfriend, this guy Mike, he was right in front of us, like literally in the pew right in front of us, and this guy was torn to pieces. I mean, obviously, right? That is a lot of guilt to deal with, especially if he, you know, like if he was upset or something when he was driving, man. That'd be a hard thing to get over. And I also knew Cassandra Haley. She was 2 years ahead of me. But she was a victim of the Colonial Parkway murderer. That guy killed a lot of people. You can look that guy up. Well, they never caught him. There is a suspect, but I don't know what's going on with that guy, but he killed couples, and they believe he was impersonating an officer. But there's a place where I used to hang out in Yorktown, Virginia, Colonial Parkway, and she was at Christopher Newport College at the time. I think I was a sophomore. But he abducted them from their car. This would have been 86. I think it was 87, I think. Never found their bodies. She was on a first date with this guy. With this guy, Keith Call is his name. And I have a story about that. I don't know if I've ever told this story on the channel. Okay, I'm doing a little bit of panicking here. This thing surprised me. Okay, we're okay here. Let's finish this thing off. But he killed 5 or 6 couples, this guy, in that area. Williamsburg, Yorktown, that whole area. They believe he was in the military and moved around because the killings all of a sudden started and they all of a sudden stopped. This was in the early 80s to the like mid-late-ish 80s. But there's similar killings in other places, and they believe it's all the same guy. But me and they're really my brother's friends. There was like probably 7 or 8 of us. We were out late one night, it's on the weekend, and we used to go to this place in Yorktown, Virginia, which is a really cool place, especially back then. That's where the Revolutionary War was fought and won. So there's all these old battlements and old graveyards and just old buildings from that time. But there was a place... Oh my God. Out of man here. So we used to go up there and park near this place called the Yorktown Visitor Center. And you run out across this field, and there's a fence, and we would climb the fence, and then there was a little path that went out overlooking the James River, the water's edge. And it was up really high, and there was this tree that we used to call the throne. It kind of was growing on the side, on the cliff face, and it was hanging basically out over the cliff, and the roots were exposed, and it made like this seat that you could sit in. Dangerous as shit. But we'd go out there and just kind of screw around. I had drove out there. I had a Ford Volare, and we were all crammed into that thing. Like I said, there was like 6 or 7 of us. And I was one of the first ones to get to the tree. And there was a tree in the middle of like this little teeny open area. And I had climbed up the tree. And I was watching, my friends come down the path. And we all got there, and it was not even a minute later, I heard this guy, Todd, who was with us. He goes, "Who is that?" And it was the weirdest thing, man. I'll never forget it. It gives me chills thinking about it now. This guy came up behind us. He had on like a hood, hands in his pocket. Now, this is the middle of the night, too. It was dark as shit. He didn't say anything. All of us think it was the guy. It was that guy. It was right around the period where he was active in the area. And he probably just saw a few of us go and, climb the fence. This guy probably had like the handcuffs and the gun and everything. But there were just too many of us, I think. But it was the weirdest thing. Like, he came out, noticed all of us. I don't think he ever saw me. I was up on the tree. And it was just dead quiet. This guy just walked past, like he kind of sped up, walked past, and there was a path, a dangerous path that you could go basically down with a series of switchbacks all the way down, probably 50 yards to the beach. And we watched him just like go over the edge of the cliff. And then several minutes later, we saw him out on the beach, like kind of walking really fast. My brother's convinced, I'm convinced it was the guy. If it had just been a couple of us out there, who knows what would have happened. It was freaky. I know it was the dude. Anyway, they got a guy. They picked him up. I think he was in Washington, D.C., and he had pulled somebody over, and he was posing as a cop. And this is the middle of the day, I think. This guy had a cop car, like he bought an old cop car. He had the uniform. This guy had everything, ID, and he had told the person he pulled over he was the sheriff and all this. What's interesting is the sheriff was actually saw the car and what the hell is this? And ended up stopping and questioning the guy. And the dude was trying to tell him yeah, I'm the sheriff. The cop's like, no, I'm the sheriff. And a lot of detectives think it's the same guy. He fits the age profile and all of that. Discharged from the service, which they assumed he was in. And that's what happens with serial killers is they perfect, in most cases, whatever their method is that they get off on. But they didn't have enough to... I mean, he got charged with impersonating an officer and all that, but they've never charged him, as far as I know right now, with anything connected to the Colonial Parkway murders. But I think he's the strongest suspect they have. But they actually did a segment on this. There's a murder series. There's been a bunch of them over the years, but they featured it. Oh, I'm out of drink here. I can't remember what the series was called. Really good series. This guy, what's the guy's name? Bill somebody. He's a great narrator. he narrated the series, but I remember they featured it in the late 80s. Every once in a while, I'll look up, see what's going on with the case, and see, you know, if anything new is happening. There's a Facebook page devoted to the Colonial Parkway murders, and specifically to Keith Call, the boyfriend of Sandra. They called her Sandy. Her name was Cassandra, Sandra Haley. She went to my high school. I had a few conversations with her, but she, I think my friend Dak, I don't know if they dated, but he knew her pretty well. Never found their bodies. They found so their car was parked on the Colonial Parkway overlooking the James River. It's a really cool stretch of road. Boy, man. Gotta get this down. Yikes. And it goes along the James River for a good stretch up into Williamsburg. And there's all these little pull-offs you can pull over, and it'll tell you like what battle happened there, or, you know, and they're called like overlooks. But high school kids used to go there and park and like make out and stuff or whatever. They found his car there. The window was down on the driver's side, indicating that the guy had come up, perpetrating like he was a cop. And both sets of their clothes were on the driver's seat and the passenger seat, folded up. Creepy as shit. Which they think, so he took them, you know, he would not subdue them, but he would pretend he was a cop, put handcuffs on them, put them in his car. He'd take them to a remote place. And some of the bodies they did find, some of them were stabbed to death. Some of them were stabbed and shot. But horrible to think about, man, dying that way. So they think they're there somewhere in those stretch of woods, the bodies are. And then he went back. I mean, who knows what he did, but he obviously undressed them, took the clothes back to the car, and left them there for the police, I guess, to find. That's another thing serial killers do. They often get more and more, like, taunting and crazy. Anyway, what an episode. I'm so sorry. Story time with Big E. I've always kind of had a fascination with serial killers. I don't know why. It's just, I just always have. I know a lot about the case and all that. Just, you know, you can find information. All right, we're finished with those. I need these things. Here's another one here. So he's going to do his mana burn quickly. I think I can get 2 fireballs off. Maybe 3. Where did that vulture go? I saw a vulture here. There he is. Anyway, it had a big impact on me because, like, I knew the girl and it was around where I grew up, and I'm 100% sure, like, we actually saw that dude. I mean, nobody really saw his face, but it was just too eerie, and it was big news then, too. Like, this guy was out hunting actively. Kind of crazy. We'll just keep working our way around the crater here. Getting pretty... I actually kind of have to wrap this up. I need to make my way, I think, to Gadgetzan. It's quite the run here. Yeah, let's head down the road here. We'll be grinding here for a few episodes, at least. We're already about 60%, level 32. I'm out of rested XP, though, so it'll do us some good to get some rested. We'll get a lot more benefit out of these mobs, especially since some of them are higher level. These thumbnails are going to get old. That's the thing about a place like this. Your thumbnails are pretty much going to look the same. Try to mix them up in the episodes, but I don't always do it. Watch out for these basilisks down here. There's some high level ones. Yeah, and the crater over here, down here, we're not going to do that. I have no interest being anywhere near there. Oh, I forgot about the rocket parts. There are some rares. I know there's a rare scorpion. There's probably a rare for each type of mob. I don't know. I'm not positive. But I know there's a scorpion at least. And he's going to be over here, I think is where I've seen him. Where the scorpions hang out. We'll rock them like a hurricane if we head over there next episode. If you know, you know. One of my favorite Scorpion songs ever. There's No One Like You. Man, that dude, Matthias, I think his name is, Matthias, that guitar player, good God, is that dude good. Love that song. Let's grab the flight point here.
Speak, friend.
Meldon. Gadgetzan, we have arrived. You're the bats. Spooky. All right. Let's make sure we set the hearth.
What's up?
How you doing, my friend?
Hurry back!
All right, we're going to have a seat, and we're going to call it an episode. I want to thank you for hanging out. Well, it's Halloween time. It's Spooky Tales time. Sure. Take care, guys. I will see you in the next episode.
Good luck.
Peace.